I think it was probably a year ago, the Bogles, and I think it was Warren and Ryan, came to Chris Catterton and me.
The Bogles were looking for another item or two to add to our line.
Chris Catterton and Sam Bond had found that there was a opportunity in the marketplace.
Either coming up with a new brand or a line extension.
You know, maybe to come out with a new brand.
They said they wanted a red wine blend.
They looked at a lot of different avenues and found this is the fastest and hottest growing.
And it became very clear very quickly that the red blend category presented the biggest opportunity.
The family was all for it.
When we took it to winemaking and said, you know, this is the category we want to get into, I think everybody was enthusiastic about it.
Everybody was enthusiastic about a new product.
They were kind of looking for a different feel for the wine, so another red blend.
There was a notion that consumers talked dry and drank sweet, that they preferred something a little sweet, but they really weren't comfortable saying that.
So if you make a sweet red wine, to many people it's not considered a serious wine.
There were some differences in opinion on how it should be made.
What came out of this was there was a bit of a difference of opinion between sales and production about what the appropriate residual sugar was for this wine.
Chris Smith and Eric Offutt were originally very reticent about jumping into that category.
Winemaking didn't want it sweet. We didn't want to make a sweet red wine.
And we didn't see it as a detriment.
But I'd be unwilling to jeopardize our good reputation on it with our name on it.
We would say, you know, slightly elevated residual sugar, or we'd say a little bit sweet, trying to avoid the emotion that came along with that word sweet.
And that's kind of when the fun began.
We discussed it, and we discussed it, and we talked about it, and it went on for what felt like months.
We're at an impasse. I just felt that marketing number one shouldn't have a dictate winemaking style.
The millennial generation, which is so important to us going forward, and they talk sweet and drink sweet. They're not ashamed or embarrassed by the fact that they like something a little sweeter. What we've always done at Bogle is grow brands based upon wine quality, and so we see an opportunity in this category to be the quality leader rather than the volume leader.
That's where the ideas come from. It's almost the first question that we always ask is, can we do a good job at this?
We all feel that the Bogle name has a great reputation, so it provides a lot of power in the retail outlets and everywhere else. That people, if they see Bogle on it, we like to think that they trust that it's good.
Everyone is very invested in this brand, but the winemakers did not want to put something in the bottle that they weren't proud of and didn't feel like they could stand behind.
We were pretty convicted on our side that wine should have a little bit of RS to serve the category well.
What we did, we kind of negotiated, but it really wasn't that I would be unwilling to make that kind of style of wine, but I'd be unwilling to jeopardize our good reputation on it with our name on it.
We just kept hitting our heads against each other for a long enough time, and basically it came to sort of a standstill.
It was a slow road, that's for sure.
What came out of that was a better product, better direction, better wine quality.
We came to an agreement that the wine wasn't going to be built around sugar, it was going to be built around quality.
The sales side, we decided to compromise, and we decided to say, maybe this wine doesn't have to be quite so sweet to hit the profile.
Long story short, I think what we did was sort of meet in the middle. I think the resulting wine is probably a little less sweet than sales thought it should be, and probably a little sweeter than production wanted it to be.
And then I think everybody was on the same page.
And so through the whole process, I do think that they compromised a little, just enough to sort of help us out in the sales and marketing side. We literally had hundreds and hundreds of names.
Oh, we had hundreds of them.
Well, the naming process was interesting because, of course, everyone thought their name was the best.
We had pages and pages and pages and pages of crossed out and circled and highlighted and crossed out again and highlighted and recircled.
It was actually, there were some pretty funny names would come about.
I liked Maverick.
The Boss.
The Stranger.
The Devoted.
I thought reluctance, a reluctant vine.
Ghost vine.
I like Next,
Next,
I think Pure was one.
Endless,
Endless Red.
Endless Red.
Code Red, and
Renegade.
The guys thought it might be funny to explore foursome.
Oh, foursome.
Eric Offet liked foursome.
That didn't go very well.
We quickly ruled that one out.
I didn't think that would get very far with my demographics.
I was just glad when they chose a name.
The three Bogles voted on it and they deadlocked. And at that point, they allowed Chris Catterton and me to offer our opinion, and that's when we came up with the name Essential Red.
The new Bogle Red blend, Essential Red, is going to be delicious. It has to be delicious. It has to be hedonistic.
Essential Red is going to be an amazingly juicy, rich, ripe, and luscious wine.
It's big, it's full, it's rich.
luscious.
Mouth-filling,
Juicy.
Accessible.
fulfilling.
crowd-pleasing, and delicious.
We're proud of it.
And we're very proud of it.
We're really excited about it.
It's a great category. This is going to be the qualitative leader in the category, and we're going to kill it.
Working and creating a wine by committee was extremely difficult, but I'm very proud about how we have come up with what we have come up with and what we're going to be sending out to the market, and to have the Bogle name on it and to be another reflection of our family.
It's just a really overall, it delivers on a lot of fronts. It's big, mouth-filling, juicy, luscious red wine that I think is that the consumer's really gonna gravitate to.
It's going to succeed for the same reason that the rest of the Bogle items have, and that is, within its category, it's just better than the competition.